The porch in Sulphur faced west, but not toward anything dramatic. No mountains, no sweep of river, just a low pasture broken by fence posts and the slow, habitual geometry of rural Oklahoma. The boards beneath Hawk's boots were sun-bleached and slightly cupped at the edges from decades of weather. When he shifted his weight, they answered with a dry, conversational creak. The roof overhang cast a steady rectangle of shade across the porch. But beyond that, the late afternoon light lay flat and pale across the field. There was no wind. The air held still in that way Oklahoma air sometimes does in early fall, suspended, as if waiting for a front that had not yet made up its mind. A metal side table stood near his chair. A glass of water sweated quietly on its surface. His phone lay beside it, face down. Somewhere out beyond the fence line, a hawk circled lazily over thermals that existed higher than anything stirring at ground level. The phone vibrated once. Hawk turned it over, saw the number, and answered without standing. "Chief, you still on that porch?" "Where else would I be?" "You don't sit still well." "I sit just fine." A faint pause. "We've got one of ours unaccounted for." Hawk leaned back in the chair. It rocked once and settled. "Employee?" "Architect. Facilities Division, name's Daniel Thompson." That name landed, but Hawk didn't comment on it. "East Texas," the chief continued. "Alabama Coushatta Nation. Preliminary feasibility on a resort complex, not far from their existing reservation footprint." "Gaming?" "Hospitality. Conference facilities. Trail integration." That's the language. "And?" "He arrived Thursday, meeting scheduled Friday. That meeting didn't happen." "Canceled?" "That's what we've been told." "He stayed?" "Yes. Tribal hotel on their property." "And Saturday?" "He drove a rental car to a trailhead about 15 miles north of Livingston. Left the car, apparently went hiking." Hawk's eyes drifted toward the pasture. A line of ants moving along the porch railing, purposeful, uninterrupted. "Monday morning he was expected at a rescheduled meeting," the chief said. "He didn't show?" "Car was still at the trailhead." "Phone?" "Pinged once near the parking area, then nothing." "Room?" "Wallet and overnight bag present, laptop missing." That detail settled in. "Search?" "Alabama Coushatta Police initiated. Polk County Sheriff assisting. They're thin, trails canvassed, drones, dogs, no sign." Hawk let the silence sit long enough that the chief did not feel it. "Lost?" Hawk asked finally. "We don't know." "Taken?" "Possibly." "Voluntary?" "Also possible." The hawk overhead tilted one wing and drifted east. "Texas had opinions about land going into trust," the chief added. "So do certain commercial operators." "Was the project controversial?" "Everything involving sovereignty in Texas is controversial." Another pause. "They've asked for assistance," the chief said. "Specifically requested someone familiar with tribal coordination." "You want me to look?" "Yes, quietly." "I'll contact the BIA Missing and Murdered Office if they're not already engaged." "They've been notified." "I'll fly out of Oklahoma City, Houston Hobby, rental from there." "Keep me informed." A final hesitation from the chief. "Hawk, this may not be about the man." Hawk watched the pasture line blur slightly in the late light. It may be about what he was sent to consider building.